Hello everybody and welcome to a quick little 2.1 video where we're going to be checking out the color dyes that were added to the game. Now this is a really robust system and they did an incredibly good job of it, so I'm applauding them on this because it is very good. There was no corners cut on this and I really appreciate what they did with it. So I have some color dyes here in my inventory. I just got a nice little line of them for you guys. There's a couple things to mention. So the first is that you can get the color dyes from a few areas within the game. Like you can get them from, or you can get one from the security key vendor on the fleet. If you don't have a security key, you probably should get one. I think you can buy one for like $5 from the Origin store, or you could get the free mobile one. I think you have to be a subscriber to get that though. I don't really know because I just have one, so it doesn't really matter to me. And then the other thing is you can get them from the cartel market, and only certain colors come from the cartel market. And I'll show you where that is at. It's actually just a kit, so it comes with a few dyes. As you see, it's like a little kit. You open it up and there's 2 of them in there, so it's not bad. I mean, it's a bit expensive for 2 dyes. It's $2 for 2 dyes, so you're spending out $1 a dye, and you may get awful dyes, or you may get really good ones. And some of them have been selling really good on the GTN, like the pink one, because there was only like a few on the GTN. We're selling for like 4 million. So, you know, if you wanted pink, sorry, you gotta have money. So the other thing is, there are 2 types of dyes, or 3 types technically. The first is the double dye, so you have 2 colors, so dark blue and light brown right here. Then you see another medium green and dark green, so the 2 colors can be pretty much anything. And then you have another one which is just a primary color, and then you have a secondary color. So there's 3 types of dyes. There's 2 colors, 1 primary color, or 1 secondary color. Alright, so hope you're following. Also, they updated the UI so it actually shows the colors. It's hard to tell, but on the little tooltip there, it shows what the primary and the secondary colors are. However, it doesn't do it for these, which is strange, but I mean, that's pretty much the color on the tooltip, or on the icon there, and then you see the brown and the white, and the green and the white. I'll show you what all those look like in a second, but the other thing to note is that you only have 1 dye slot in gear. So if I open this, wrong button, if I open this up, you have 1 dye module. So if I wanted to do a primary dye module, I would only get a primary one. I wouldn't get a secondary one. If I want to do only secondary, I wouldn't get a primary color. And if I wanted to do both, obviously I would get both. Now, each piece of gear, dang it, I keep doing that. It's right click, not left click. Each piece of gear has its own thing, as you see there, so all of them have their own color. Obviously things like the weapons and the offhands won't have that kind of stuff, but actual pieces of armor will. No relics do, and no of the other like implants and earpieces do. Also, they changed the color, just as a quick little mention, on like color crystals for weapons. You see on the tooltip there, it also has the same like color bars that this does over here. So let's see what these actually do. How about that? So if I wanted to view this, that's what this color would be. This is dark blue and light brown. As you see, it changes the color. I mean, you can see what I'm wearing there. Mine is like black, and it's like black on dark brown, basically, which is quite cool. But then if you did the color for this, it's got this like blue and tan thing going. It doesn't look too bad, but there's some more flamboyant colors like this one. Definitely brighter. It reminds me of superhero colors, so I'm not too keen on it because it doesn't seem like it fits within the Star Wars universe. However, if people want to wear that on their gear, then more power to them. Let me do that again. So this is the primary color only. As you see, it doesn't change the secondary color. So the secondary color is still the same as it is on my armor. Likewise, if I did that with just the secondary color, only the secondary color is different, and the primary color is not. So it's kind of interesting. Then you have this one, which I really like this one. In fact, this is the one I'm going to put in my gear because it looks awesome. And then you have this dark green and white. So there's a lot of options. There's so many colors. There was almost 200 pages of it on the GTN when I searched. You could just search dyes, or alternatively it's under the cartel market and then dyes under the search thing. So you could do that as well. But there are a lot of colors there, so I would suggest looking through all of them maybe, and then if you found like a color that you really like, just type in that color and it'll come up with the rest of the dyes in that variation. So you might get different colors, like say you wanted purple, you get different colors of purple and then different secondary colors of purple as well. So there's some stuff there to be had. The last thing to know is that if I put this in my gear, so we're actually going to put this one in my gear because this is what I wanted to wear. Remember, this is what I look like currently, right? So I got like this black and brown, which doesn't look bad at all. I really like it, but I do like this one better. And there you go. And it's because I have the chest piece color matched, there we go, it all changes the color on it. So you don't necessarily have to dye each piece of gear. You just have to dye your chest piece. Unify. No, ununify. Dang it. It's not. You know, it actually works better if I just take off my pants and put them back on. There we go. That ununified a couple things. No, it didn't. That didn't really work. Anyway, so you see that the chest piece is the color, but nothing else is. Actually, that doesn't look bad either. But I do like it all looking the same, so we'll do that. And there you go. That's pretty much dyes. But like I said, the last thing that you have to know is that you can't, if you drag this out, it destroys it. See? Modification will be destroyed. So you can't just swap around colors. You have to keep buying new ones. Dyes can also be made by Artifice, which is really good because it gives Artifice another way to make money. Because it's pretty terrible at making money currently, unless you have really good augments or augments, enhancements. There we go, to sell. So just keep that in mind. So you can make quite a bit of money off of doing that kind of stuff. You can buy the patterns off of a trainer. I don't know if there's any patterns in the game that you could buy otherwise. If there are, they're on vendors. So you might want to look around for them. Hopefully they'll add some in the game that like drop off bosses and stuff. I think that would be a cool thing to help guilds make money, to sell those patterns if they need to. But I love this system. It is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted from it. It gives me the freedom because they added so many colors to begin with. I'm sure there's going to be way more colors in the future. And all in all, the future is very bright for all of this, and I really like what they have done with it. So on that note, I'm going to go do a couple more videos on like customization and all that for the new hairstyles that were added, and we shall see you guys next time.